Hello. Happy Tuesday, the 5th of May. Doris Day. Ohio Day. Right, so who's on the register? Not that many people today. We have Two Amigo MGG Studios, ENYT. Says nice. Like they used to do on the Fast Show. Had the jazz people, didn't they? And the jazz bloke went, nice. When they played all rubbish, out-of-tune stuff and called it jazz. All the right notes, but in the wrong order. But I think actually when they did it, it was all the wrong notes in all the wrong order. There's some people like that. Excuse me. We had a tutor when I was at college. Sorry, uni, because it had just been turned into a university from being a college. I was a mature student. I think I was 38, doing a teacher qualification to be a school teacher. Excuse me. 4-year Bachelor of Arts thing. And I did 2 years and a term. I couldn't hack it. I mean, all the people with me were like 18 or whatever. My tutor was younger than me. He'd never had a proper job. I think he worked in a jams factory for a couple of weeks when he was a teenager or something, but he didn't know anything about having a job or the real world. And I was in like the arts thing because I thought, well, I'm good at drawing and stuff. I'll do arts. What I should have done was the science option, which is like more sensible. Oh, excuse me and all my coughing. But yeah, now inter-arts, that was a thing. We had in our thing, Bachelor of Arts was a degree. And we had to do an inter-arts thing, which is like, you have to do a little bit of, I don't know, painting and drawing, a little bit of poetry and a little bit of listening to Woman's Hour on the radio. And do a diary about it and how it made you feel and how you grew with it, and it's just crap. Sylvia Plath, she was one of the people that kept well, she didn't come there. I'm not even sure she's dead, Sylvia Plath, but she was like an icon that they kept talking about. I can't remember much about her. It was either she hung herself or her husband hung himself. But if she was anything like the tutors, there was one, Tom, I can't remember his name. He was our painting tutor, Tom, and I can't remember his surname. He did Prince Charles' portrait. You know, he was commissioned to do it. Really good painter. And he did like a bit of an exhibition in Wakefield because I lived up that way then. And he had a book out, so I went to buy it and I'm talking to him. He says, how are you getting on? I says, oh, I says, it's just shit. I says, I can't get on with all this different arts things. And every time I try and do a certain style, they just say that I'm copying other people's work, a Mondrian or whatever, which I was. I mean, so I says, all I want to do is do cartoons. He says, we'll just do cartoons, that's all right. And I should have done it. I should have stuck with it and done cartoons. I could have done loads of cartoons because it's comedy and drawing as well. And I used to like white paper, black ink, and shading and shadow and stuff like that. Yeah, I could have done quite a lot with that. I just did some crap stuff, really. Anyway, what's that got to do with MGG Studios? Nice. Oh yeah, then the jazz thing in here, yeah. Anyway, hello MGG Studios. And then another regular, Currybo_D. He says another day, another video. And you're right, Currybo_D. It is. And so it should be. And I was going to use the Night Hawk, the one that you like, that one. But I've just played this song with that and it sort of lost a little bit. So what I'm using is me, what is this thing? I must have a name on it somewhere. Kai, Kai, and it, I don't know, 70 quid or something. This Night Hawk was like 300 quid or something, and this was 70 quid. But what a fantastic sounding instrument it is. Really good. Oh, I'm just going to have to try and get myself a bit more comfortable again. I just can't do it. It's like my clothing sort of welds itself to the seat cover underneath. And I try and move and reposition, but I'm just welded in place. I know what I need to do. I can have a drink. So, as always, it's Jamshed Chardonnay. Yeah. So, isn't it bright? Beautiful sound, this. And the song I'm going to do is Lucille by Kenny Rodgers. And it was written by Roger Bowling and Hal Bynum. And it's in the key of G, whatever that means. But it's a key that I can play anyway. It hasn't got a B flat in it. Can't play B flats. Ought to be able to after all this time, but I can't. And I have to wind up, I think it's 7 verses, this. 7 verses. And I can only get 5 on the page. Hold on, can't even do that. Right, we're going to have to go down. Oh, camera's disappeared again. Camera back. Yeah, here we are again. Right. Gonna have to go down another page and lost the camera again. Right, we've done that. We get the camera back. Hello. Right, another bit of a shuffle. So it's called Lucille. Stay with me. I'm going to have to stop after verse 5 because there's another 2 verses to wind up. In a bar in Toledo, across from the depot, on a bar stool she took off her ring. I thought I'd get closer, so I walked on over and I sat down and asked her name. When the drinks finally hit her, she said, I'm no quitter, but I finally quit living on dreams. I'm hungry for laughter and the here and ever after, and I'm after what the other life brings. In the mirror I saw him, I closely watched him, and I thought how we looked out of place. He came to the woman who sat there beside me, and he had a strange look on his face. The big hands were calloused. He looked like a mountain, and for a minute I thought I was dead. But he started shaking, his big heart is breaking, and he turned to the woman and said, "You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times and lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille." Wind up 2 more verses. After he left us, I ordered more whiskey, and I thought how she'd made him look small. From the light to the rented hotel room, we walked without talking at all. Well, she was a beauty, but when she came to me, she must have thought I'd lost my mind. Well, I couldn't hold her, 'cause the words that he told her kept coming back time after time. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. Well, I've had some bad times, I've lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Well, I thought it'd be a bit fancy at the end, and I completely messed it up. And I couldn't do a D7, which is dead easy. Kept messing that up all the way through. What a song, though. What a fabulous story. And it's like, I don't know, it's like reading a book. Fabulous song. All about a woman breaking a man's heart. When's that ever happened in real life? As mine. But there again, I think I've been a disappointment to women as well. Because, well, I'm not perfect. Jam the shed. So yeah, I've felt sorrow, but I've probably caused more sorrow just for the way I am, which is I'm a vulnerable adult, and the new phrase is, and it's all because I'm adopted. which isn't a phrase at all. It's one that Claire came up with the other day when the OT was round and out, and can't remember what it was. Blaming something for something anyway. And Claire says, "Oh yeah, and it's because you were adopted, wasn't it? All because you were adopted." That's it. I was on about bit. I love being hoisted, in the hoist thing that takes you out of bed and puts you in a chair, whatever. I love hanging in the hoist because it's like standing up in a weird sort of way, which I can't do because I ain't got any legs to stand on. I ain't got a leg to stand on. I ain't got two legs to stand on. Anyway, somehow Claire got it in her head. Yeah, but it's all because you were adopted, isn't it? So since then, I've been using that every time there's an audience. Well, and when Claire's there. Well, only when Claire's there as well, because it's her sort of phrase. It don't matter to me that I'm adopted. I thought that's how he had kids. Honestly did. When my dad told me how he actually did have it, I thought, that's revolting. You put the thing that you have a wee out of into the thing that a girl has a wee out of and have a baby. God, that's disgusting. Yeah. Anyway, good health. This is me San Miguel glass. It's my favourite drinking glass. I didn't used to like these sort of glasses because I thought they were a bit ladies' glasses. And me being sort of like old school sexist. Not that I think men are superior to women, because women always end up being superior to men. But I used to think that's a lady's glass, that. A man's glass. Well, a real man's glass got a handle on it, a tankard. Ooh, yeah, that's my clock. I've got this alarm clock. No, ooh, going for it now. I think it's done now. It's not an alarm clock, it's a wall clock. And it's supposed to, like, each hour do a different bird song. Anyway, the hands have stopped turning. I mean, since it was new, it's never worked. But randomly, what we're on 3:20, and it's for it's bird song thingies coming out of it. But I got it because my friend Eric had one in his conservatory, and I used to think, wow, every time it went off, it used to scare the bejesus out of me, because I used to think there was a bird got trapped in the room because it was so realistic. So in the end, I bought it in my little conservatory, which is the porch. I bought one to stick in there to replicate his conservatory where we used to drink for Sunday. And anyway, say the hands don't go round. Don't know if they ever did, but every now and again it goes out bird songs, and a bit like in Eric's. Bloody hell, there's a bird managed to get in the house or something, Yeah, where was I going with this? I don't know. I've done nearly 19 minutes so far. Was there something else I needed to say? Looking back to me. No. I've written a song because my mate Belly, whose surname is Bell, that's why it's called Belly. But people think that he's got a big belly because he's called Belly. And he's done his fair share of drinking, but he hasn't got a big belly. Not like Batch. Batch, he had a big belly. And I can remember, I was living at my parents' as an adult after everything had gone wrong, and I was working at some place in the city, what do you call it? Argos. I was working in Argos as a go around the shelves and he'd pick orders. Yeah, an order picker. And it's like 6 miles away from my parents' house, and I used to walk 6 miles into work, do my day shift, which is walking about everywhere, and then walk 6 miles home. So I reckon I was fairly fit. And I'm on my way back walking one day, and Batcher's coming the other way, and his greeting was, "You fat bastard." And that's gone down as like a me and Belly phrase, that, "You fat bastard," from somebody who was actually a fat bastard. So, no, I don't know, can't, don't know anything about his parentage, but he had an MGB, I think. But yeah, so he was fatter than me, and I was shorter than me, stockier, and I'm taller, and I'd lost weight, doing all this walking and backwards. So I was quite skinny, but he called me a fat bastard. Anyway, that's where that's come from. That's it. I was going on about this. I've written this song, and because Belly said it's about going out, getting on my electric chair and getting outside. Because Belly's all right. He's got a push bike, and he goes biking, riding around. He won't do weekdays in the pub for some obscure reason, but weekends if it's nice, he'll cycle to he'll do 7 mile roundabout thingy, stop in a couple of pubs on the way around and that. And it was the other day, and I was like debating whether I'd get on my electric chair and get outside or not. And the reason I didn't was because the weather had been rubbish in the morning, and I'd had a couple of jam sheds. Bottles, that is. Hi, Steph. Couple of bottles of jam shed, God, and I thought, no, it's too risky. I could have done it, but it could have gone wrong, so I aborted that. The same as I will do with me ceiling hoist. If I get one in, if I've had beer, I shan't be using it. And I don't need to use it, really. It'd just be very good, maybe in the morning, for getting out of bed, because when I had carers, they used to get me up in the morning, and they used to place me in this chair so that my bum was right up to the back. I was really square sat in here, and I didn't have to shuffle about. At the minute, I'm perched on the edge, and that's what I end up doing. But when I was lowered down by the hoist, I was spent at least a morning without having to shuffle about, because I was far enough back. So it'd be useful for that, and it'd be useful for getting, I don't know how it's going to work, but it might be useful for getting from my manual chair into my electric chair. But I don't know. Maybe I won't do that, because when I get in my electric chair, I'll be outside and I'll be jam shedding it. And then I've got to get back from electric to manual. So it might be safer. I've now got a slide sheet, what they call a slide sheet. I've got about 3 of them. And it's like a slippy surface sheet. Because getting from the manual chair to the electric one, the seat on the electric one's got like a curve on it as you get in, like it's a bit of a bucket seat. And it's difficult, and it's slightly higher than this manual chair. So I've got to get over that bucket thing. And the fabric of my trousers catches on the fabric of the seat, and it sticks, a bit like it's stuck now. So I'm like stuck in glue. And but with the slide sheet, you put that on, and you just slide over the hump bit into place. Dead easy. But I've forgotten all about that when I was trying the other day. But I've got the slide sheet ready now for when I try next. I think Claire's here tomorrow afternoon. So it might be, that's Wednesday, it might be Thursday before I'm out, depending on if it's chucking it down or what. I ought to go out in the rain, really, shouldn't I? Anyway, back to the song I've written. I've got 2 versions of it. I've got one that's quite sort of upbeaty and one that's quite moody. I quite like it. And that's it. Belly said you should be getting out onto your electric, getting outside, because the clock is ticking. And each Sunday, Belly looks at the obituaries for Nottingham, because we both come from Nottingham. And he looks through the obituary column in the Evening Post online to see if there's people that he knows. And sometimes there is. And more often than not, younger than we are. Belly's a year older than me, but these people might be, I don't know, mid-60s. We're in the 70s now, me and Belly. I'm 71, he's 72. But yeah, it's like the clock is ticking. Anyway, so that's what my song's about. I don't know if I do a version tomorrow. I don't know. See how it goes. I've got 2 versions of it, but I keep working on it each day, and I think it gets better. Excuse me, but we'll see. But it's basically about getting on with things, and because the clock is ticking. Not even sure what the title of the song's going to be. It might be the Hands of the Clock. There was a good song by somebody about a grandfather clock. I just love that song. I can't remember what it was. Oh, here we go.
This is a reminder. Take medication.
That's Alexa telling me to take medication. Oh.
This is a reminder. Take medication.
Yeah, it's time for me to take my medication, nurse. Yeah, all right. Trousers down. Put me latex glove on. This won't hurt. Well, it might. It might sting a bit. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm going to take my medication. And yeah, anyway, thanks for commenting. If you comment, you'll be on tomorrow's register. So like, share, register. The words of music to this song are under the videos in ukulele, in the YouTube video, which is Wheelchair Ukulele with Lollipop Man, and the TikTok platform, which is Use a Lollipop Man, all one word. Right, so that's it. I'm going now. I'm going to take my pills and fall asleep in my chair. Nah, just take my pills. All right, hopefully I'll still be here tomorrow and the clock won't have stopped ticking. Bye.